the power-up. Whether it's giving you superhuman ability or powering up a gun, they make games so much fun to play. Unfortunately, over time, it seems like they've slowly disappeared from games, but there's so many good ones and some that should never really been thought of to begin with. So many, in fact, that it's time to take a look at the best and the worst. Now remember, these are power-ups, not to be confused with cheats or codes, so you won't see any God modes or the Konami code, just items that you can physically get or pick up that are supposed to enhance your gaming experience. So without further ado, hey, I'm Stuttering Craig for ScrewAttack's best and worst power-ups.
Number 5.
Mega Man is a series that is designed around power-ups. Beat a robot master, grab that power, and then dominate the next one with it. Whether it's Cutman, Scissors, Slicing and Dicing, Mega Man's Magnet, hunting down his prey, or Starman, Stars, starring people to death, there's certainly a slew of great power-ups to choose from, but none dominate more than Metal Man's Metal Blade. Being able to shoot in all 8 directions, the Metal Blade can buzzsaw through countless enemies at a time while making Woodman and Flashman look like a bitch. The best part about it, though, it uses next to no energy. You can pretty much play through the entire game with it and never have to switch away.
Number 4.
Now here's the sleeper. While Arkanoid is one of the easiest games ever, it's also one of the most frustrating. We've all been there. 1 block to go. Can't quite get it. Son of a bitch. If only this game had a laser. Yes. Oh, this is so much better. The laser power-up in Arkanoid makes the game so much more fun as it turns your little spaceship into a little spaceship of doom. It's like a never-ending game of Pong with guns.
Number 3.
If there was one power-up worth fighting over in a game with a gun, it would have to be the good old spreader. You start off with this crappy little pea shooter that does next to no damage, and then when you see that S fall from the sky like an angel from the heavens, you know it's go time. Not only one of the best power-ups, but one of the best weapons, period, in gaming, the spreader was only upgraded when it made the jump to the Super Nintendo, when in Contra 3, you got 2. You might say there's almost like a spinning rotation of destruction, until you see the next entry.
Number 2.
No, come on. You knew this was going to be on the list. Now, not to be confused with the kick-ass website, the ScrewAttack is a spinning rotation of destruction that devours everything in its way. Taking out most enemies on first contact, the thing engulfs Samus in a glowing aura of plasma and electricity. Holy shit, man, what can possibly beat that?
Number 1.
Only something that allows you to literally eat and digest your enemies. Quite possibly the first power-up ever, Pac-Man's Power Pellet is also the best, simply because you absolutely need it. Whether you use them in old school Pac-Man or new school, the Power Pellet is essential to gameplay because they actually can determine how well you play the game. And while that's cool and all, let me reiterate to you that this man of Pac is actually eating Ghost. On that merit alone, it deserves the top spot. Right, you've seen the best, but you're really here to see the worst. Let's get into it. Crazy announcer man, give me a number.
Number 5.
Here's a game that features some of the most kick-ass dominating power-ups, and you know what I'm talking about. Those damn Pokeballs. You've got things flying around everywhere, lasers busting a cap, giant things stomping into the ground. It's crazy. If you see a Pokeball, you go for it. And then there's Goldie. A dud of a goldfish that upon release flops around and does you absolutely no good. That's it. It does nothing. No fish fit slaps, just flops around like a fish. It's just like a giant ball of disappointment.
Number 4.
Snake. That guy's a cool motherfucker. Even when he was 8-bit and you couldn't really tell what he looked like, you knew he was cool. Why? I'll tell you why. He smokes cigarettes. Because everyone knows that smoking cigarettes makes you cool, Konami put them in the Metal Gear series to help you along your stealth adventure. Of course, they made the jump to the next-gen consoles, and yes, they can technically help you see lasers, which is good, but there's one negative to having Snake smoke. What is it? Oh, that's right, they kill you! And of course, that doesn't help anyone when you're trying to stop the Patriots from taking over the world.
Number 3.
Regarded as many as one of the best games ever, Ocarina of Time leads Link through several fun adventures on his way to adulthood. Riding Epona, going through dungeons, and stabbing skeletons in the face are all adventures that have a good payoff. But one leaves you with a nasty, ugly, empty feeling deep inside your anus. After you wait 5 to 6 years, you have a chance to buy, according to this score, on something really amazing. You have to go out and kill something and get 200 rupees to pay for it. But crap, I don't have the adult wallet. So, after spending over a half a decade of your life waiting, building up a ton of cash, getting the adult's wallet, getting more cash to pay for it, then you are finally rewarded with the giant's knife. The ultimate weapon of carnage that will rip through... Oh, son of a bitch. It shatters, along with all your hopes and dreams. And no, you can't get it fixed. Ass.
Number 2.
So you're in the middle of kicking some serious ass in your favorite shmup. You are fully loaded. You are absolutely dominating everything in your way until... No! It's that power-up. It has a different name in every game, and half the time you don't even know what it does. All you know is that you don't want anything to do with it. It's that power-up, and it's the last thing you want to see on your screen because you know that if you touch it, you will lose the weapon you've been building up for 30 minutes and you'll have to start all over. We've all been there before, and when it happens to you, there's not a worse feeling in the world. No. Ah, shit.
It's number 1.
There's a ton of great power-ups in the Mario series. The Fire Flower, the Leaf. Hell, depending what side of the fence you're on, you could argue the Tanuki Suit's a good one. But on the other side of things, there's one that everyone can agree on that is not good by any stretch of the imagination. The poison mushroom was so evil, it wasn't even allowed to make the jump across the ocean to the U.S. because us stupid Americans couldn't comprehend getting a mushroom in a Mario game that was not good for you. Now, some would argue that the U.S. version of Super Mario Bros. 2 was just as evil, but that's beyond the point. Now, imagine yourself as a little Japanese boy playing this new version of Super Mario Bros. With clouds smiling down on you, and you think you found a brand new, more advanced power-up. Wow! Aw. Yeah. Sure, on the Super Nintendo, you can tell the difference, but in Japan, on the Famicom, the poison mushroom looked pretty much identical to the power-up mushroom, just with a little difference in the color. The poison mushroom is the equivalent of going out on Halloween and taking a bite of an apple with a giant, sharp razor blade in it. Delicious promise, containing painful, bloody regrets. Gross.